Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now, okay, is what's happening tonight. Right now, it's just after midnight. It's from the 9th, going from the 9th to the 10th December, okay? It's Tuesday morning, 12:24 a.m., okay? Right now, there is chaos and mayhem occurring. I want you to be prepared. I want you to do what you think is best. And I want you to just know what is going on, know your surroundings, and keep your head on a swivel, especially if you live in a major metropolitan area like I do. Hundreds of protesters are taking to the streets in anger, demanding justice for the demise of Jordan Neely. Currently, hundreds of protesters and other activists are frustrated, they're angry, because Daniel Penny was acquitted, okay? And the demonstration began as protesters gathered at Washington Square Park in Manhattan, New York, and then later marched across the city. They're chanting, they're holding signs demanding justice for Jordan Neely. Now, like I said, this comes in response to the acquittal of Daniel Penny, and he was found not guilty, okay, after Neely was threatening people on a subway. And the verdict has sparked outrage, with many arguing that it reflects a lack of accountability. No, he was found not guilty because he did not do what he was accused of. Okay, so we have many videos and things to watch to back up everything that I am saying, okay? And like I said, I want you to do what you think is best, especially if you live in or around a metropolitan area, even if you live in a suburb that is a mile outside, okay? Because don't think that this will not have a trickle effect, okay?
What's his name? Jordan Neely! Say his name! Jordan Neely! What's his name? Jordan Neely! Say his name! Go!
Our police forces, and throughout now, everyday civilians on the streets. Shame! 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 Daniel Penny should have been convicted for murder.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it one more time. Daniel Penny should have been convicted for murder.
That's right. That's right.
So, Relly Rebel. Relly Rebel is a father, is a black man, is the founder of We the People, one of the most longest current standing mutual aid groups in New York City. Relly Rebel is now behind bars because he was out here using his First Amendment right to protest for Jordan Neely. Shame! 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 So I want us to come out here and not only remember and scream Jordan Neely's name while we're in these streets, but I want us to scream justice for Rolly Rebel too. Okay? Can we do that, community?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Now, there is an influencer, okay? He's BLM influencer, and he is calling for violence to change the status quo and to usher in Marxism.
People love to say that violence don't solve issues. I swear, I'm going to get a shirt made to say, that says, if violence doesn't solve problems, you're clearly not using enough violence. Because the thing is, it seems like there are only two ways to get to these people, or to get to the ruling class. You either have to use violence, which if you push your people to a certain extent, that's what's going to happen. Or two, you have to hit people in their pocketbook. The reason the second doesn't always work is because the collective of people have to stop either shopping somewhere, buying something, or make a convenience to their life inconvenient, which is not going to work for a lot of people. So the only other option is the first option. You have to use violence. And look, I understand there are a lot of creators that say, I'm not an advocate for violence. I'm not an advocate for violence. Hell, I am. At this point, radicalize me. Hell, for years, y'all done told us and taught us growing up. How many of y'all were always taught the MLK way of doing things? Protest. Genuinely protest softly with no violence, right? Right? Do it that way, right? How often has that led us to getting anything done? Yeah, it may have gotten a few things, but everything goes right back to the status quo after. Why? We always talk about MLK and peaceful protesting, but no one ever wants to teach Malcolm. Look, I'm going to just say this. Malcolm wasn't no radicalist, as much as people like to say. He just understood that when peace don't work, sometimes you got to get a little rough and take it right to him. Message.
Now, a Neely supporter is saying that Neely had his life taken simply because he was asking for food. No, that is not true. Okay, that is not true. That is biased. Okay, and I read all the reports. I know exactly what happened. All right, so watch this.
BLM had threatened to burn down parts of the city, cars, whatnot. Let's watch. They're angry over Daniel Pitty being found not guilty.
To do it for us. And clearly, if we get to this point, it's too late. We have to be there for each other, and that's our call to action. Everybody that's pissed off at this verdict, I challenge you to go outside today and help one person. Right on. That's my challenge. If you're angry, if you're hurt, go help one person. That's how we beat the system. That's how we turn this around, by being there for each other.
I just want to say, I miss my son. My son didn't have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this either. It hurts. Really, really hurts. What are we going to do, people? What's going to happen to us now? I had enough of this. System is rigged. Come on, people. Let's do something about this.
Let's do something about it. Too often, we have Eric Garner's mother here. There's too often this is happening where we're left alone in this society. We got to stop that. We have to change how we impact each other. Jordan came on that subway car. The first thing he asked for was food, and he was killed. And the person who killed him was not held responsible. We cannot allow this to keep happening.
Okay. Oh. Look like the police attacked the protesters.
Good morning, everyone. Here we stand once again in front of this unjust system. I stood here 10 years ago because they did not give justice to my son with the chokehold. I fought hard to get the anti-chokehold bill passed, which did pass. But it shouldn't only be for police officers, it should be for civilians also. No one deserves to be choked to death. And you know, we're in that courtroom and people are cheering for the verdict. They made the loudest noise, the judge did nothing. But when his father spoke out, they put him out the courtroom. Is that justice? Or what? We can't allow this to keep going on. We have to fight this system. That's what I had to do. I had to fight to get the little justice that I got. I got one police officer fired. There's more that need to be fired. But I tell this family, do not give up. Because that's what they want you to do. They want to discourage you. Just like they tried to discourage me. But 10 years later, I'm still fighting. And I'm not only fighting for myself, I'm fighting for families like yourself. That's why I have to come out when this injustice is done.
All right, now, New York BLM leader calls for vigilantes, retaliation, defense against Daniel Penny after he was acquitted on all charges. And he seems to be implying that what happened to Neely in return against those who claim they are oppressing them. Okay, so he wants this to be done to others now because they feel oppressed.
We need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud. How about we do the same when they attempt to oppress us?
Right.
I'm tired.
And now it seems that we have come full circle, okay? Because this woman in this next video, she ends her remarks with the infamous exhortation that was screamed by 44's minister.
Because to be real, they didn't even try. Once the lesser charge was removed, they came back an hour later and said it was deadlock. Less than an hour and 20 minutes later, they said not guilty. These wonderful white people, I hope they celebrate their Christmas while the Neely family is praying and asking God for comfort. Goddamn them and goddamn America.
Now in this last video, there is a woman, I don't know if she's a business owner or whatever the case may be, but she, in this video, you're going to hear what she has to say, okay? And what she is saying is that and I'm going to use this term, non-melanin people here have work to do. She wants us to stay the F out of melanin's people's business. Yes. So take that for what it's worth, grain of salt, whatever you want, okay? And just listen to what she has to say.
Went to this trial. I watched the white people. I watched the non-black POCs all say they were scared of Jordan. But the black man testified that he was not. So we got a problem. So all the white people here, y'all got work to do. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Go in your neighborhood and do the anti-blackness work in there. I don't need your opinion. I don't need no Marxist bullshit. Okay. I can read black Marxism on my own. Okay. Y'all been reading 275 years in learning English before we was.
That's right.
Go in your own communities and correct this bullshit. And stay out of our fucking business.
Thank you.
Because the white people on that jury didn't give a fuck about what they heard on the stand. Jordan Neely approached no one. Daniel Penny dropped him where he stood. They made those witnesses draw on a diagram where he got dropped. It was right after he entered that train car. I sat right there and listened to it. So white people, y'all got work to do.
Yeah.
You better deal with your mothers, your fathers, your brothers, your sisters, your college professors, your bank lenders, your car loaners, all that. Stay the